See, there's the myth, and documentary starts at 3. I'm leading off the documentary, my film, so... I got my two Camino friends here, John and Rick. It's about to begin any minute now.
That these children want more out of life.
Melbourne Independent Filmmakers Festival.
This is the first year we're having a documentary segment.
Our first film, As We Walk From Here, directed by Matthew Wayne Krause.
I have a documentary called We Walk From Here, just screened today.
There you are. And I wanted to tell you, excellent job on the documentary. I don't know if you saw his movie.
So this is the Rob Curtis Humanitarian Award. It's kind of like the Stanley Cup of the myth. And each year, a winner gets their name inscribed on this. And so you are the recipient of that this year.
Oh my goodness, I didn't realize. Cool. Wow, this is cool. When Matt's dad was sick and did not have much more to live, a film called The Way was to Matt quite informative. So Matt walked the Camino, an act quite conformative. He started in Sarria, a tourist performative. Matt went back 3 years later. The Camino had more to give. He walked for 5 weeks and he found it transformative. Matt came back with his wife, which was heteronormative. She said, "This is nice, a place we could surely live." Matt was back the next year, for he was quite explorative, but on the trail he met a couple of angry woke white radicals from America who were easily triggered, and they attacked him with pejoratives. So Matt took all his footage, made a movie, non-normative. The film won an award. Matt again was performative. But profound Camino healing was Matt's greatest of core beliefs, so he walked to help others. But because he's telling you about it in a video, he is going against the teachings of the carpenter in the Gospel of Matthew, where it is written,
"Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others to be seen by them. When you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets."
So Matt is still being performative. Next, Matt moved to Spain, which was maybe transformative, perhaps non-conformative, but you know what? Like most expats on TikTok, Matt's still being performative. The move was chaotic and spiritually deformative. If you want to test your marriage, make the decision to move to Spain together. Party's over. Goodbye, old house. Get the garbage, get out. All our luggage. You're in need. Sounds lovely on paper, but it's a lot of work. Matt came close to drinking, which was, well, after 31 years of continuous sobriety, taking that drink would have really sucked. Guess what was left? A Bintang beer. Just sitting here, wondering if I should just fucking drink myself to death. Don't worry, kids, he didn't take it. I need a Camino. So now it's 2025, and you know what? Enough of the rhymes. I don't have the time. We're just gonna talk without memorized lines. This is where we currently live. The Camino is that way and that way. This is the trail. It goes down the hill, then up a hill. I can see my house from here into Ziza Menor, and then cut around into Ziza Mayor. Right over there is where this road through Ziza Mayor connects with the Camino. And here we are, old friend, looking for miracles. There is the tree. 4 years and 7 days ago today, I sat on that bench, first time, and it started to freaking rain. I'm an idiot. I should quit now. In the movie, The Way, which inspired many Peregrinos, he starts with a shot here. Sarah, played by Deborah Kara Ungers, sitting right here. This is where Martin Sheen has Tom Njord van Wageningen as Joost encounter her. They talk about drugs, and then they end up going on together. So this is gonna be fun. There, you can see how steep it is behind me. What did I say back in 2021? That's nothing. This is nothing. That's nothing. It's nothing. I'll tell you, being sincere now, hard as hell. That's nothing. This is nothing. Almost there. Alto del Perdón, we've been here many times. You don't need a history. We're just going to give you a quick view of walking past it while no one's taking photos. You can see how nasty the road is going down, a little bit treacherous. You should be prepared for this if you came down into Zubiri off the Pyrenees. We're grateful for no rain. There's the path into Puente la Reina. Camino can be a wicked little minx. Well, the town's right here. Well, there's a Peregrino. And there's one in that window. And there I am, gazing at my own reflection like Narcissus, shooting video to share online with my adoring public. I'm very sore. Got a bit of a cold, too. There's that up in the road. Almost to the top. Well, I tell you, getting here took a hot minute. Up we go. Whew. Ugly American. Grab this bad boy. Oh no. I thought I'd get this shot. But of course, somebody has to stop right there. And just when he decides to go, more people are coming. Let's go. There is. Well, what a twat waffle. Oh no. So let's look at this. I had to stop multiple times and rest. Got a little more climbing than I remember. It goes down. So tired. My wife reminded me tomorrow's our anniversary, so she's gonna rent a car and meet me at my next stop. I'm gonna shave my beard tonight. Anyway, I don't know what I look like. I look like a goober with this shaved face. Why the hell am I doing this again? Peace. I guess peace is my motivation. Left side is wine, right side is water. Back there is a fork in the road. The right way is longer to Los Arcos, but lower and flatter. This way is a little more climbing up over the hill in front of us. I have not gone this way, so I'm doing it. And we have more climbing before we go across all that crap. Los Arcos, the spaceport. Did I tell you my wife is meeting me in Los Arcos? She should be meeting me down here shortly. Then we're gonna go upstairs. Oops. There's there. Now you can see Sansol up on the hill. Hello, my friend. You're still here, huh? I'm I need to get out before dawn. Maybe a bit resentful today. It's not about me, you know. No se trata de mí. It's not about me. And that reminds me of why I'm out here in the first place. It's peace. Thinking if I could pray enough, I could pray the devil back into hell, you know? Our world's full of devils right now. I can hear them behind me.
Meditation.
Shit. This Camino feels off kilter, and I realize it's a lot of little things, it's stupid things. I've never been on a Camino without a beard. And I know it's because I don't like this face, and putting on a beard hides this face. And I'm trying to figure out as I walk, what do I identify with this face that makes me so uncomfortable to show it? Had a moment earlier today. Years ago I had this nightmare, probably inspired by the famous bus scene from Cat People, where they're walking in and out of the street lamps. But I had this nightmare that I was walking down the street in El Dorado in the late evening, and I passed an old woman, and as I walked I saw my shadow ahead of me from the lamp, and then hers extended and got longer and became this kind of weird demonic thing. And that nightmare was repeated in my mind when I saw Cuckoo last year, the famous bicycle scene, which that scene was in the trailer, was the only reason I went to see it, and one of the reasons that was one of my favorite films of 2024. And I had a moment on the Camino. En camino.
Buena salud.
Motherfucker. Down the fucking way. Thought I'd get here in an hour. It's taken me an hour and 45 to get to this point, and I'm not even to downtown yet. Feeling a lot of despair this morning. I could always tap out and go through the rest of my life making excuses. As I wander aimlessly through the chilly streets, questioning my existence. I don't know. I don't know. Say hello to the church. Say goodbye to the church. I'm kind of out of my mind today. I'll talk about it soon. I'm gonna tell you the honest truth. I want to quit. Now my mind is playing tricks on me, making me question whether I'm good enough. I won't go into why. I won't go into the hows of it. I want to quit. But you know what else? Today is day 8. On day 8 in 2021.
For no fucking reason, I'm angry. I can always tap out. Is this part of the spiritual journey? Because it fucking sucks!
That's when I had my meltdown, and I was walking this very section.
All I have going right now is hope, and I don't like hope.
This section from here to Belorado is where I had meltdowns and collapses and really fought the urge to just bail.
I am such a fucking idiot.
So I'm gonna turn this fucking camera off because I need to focus all of my energy, all of my power on getting through this day and figuring out what the hell's going on up here.
Here's the square, huh?
This is the square. They got something going on here, man. It's locked up, it's closed, they're doing construction in the park. I've walked all the way around the boundary. The one place from the movie that I have not yet walked. Good morning, it's Monday morning. My anger has reached a new zenith. Somebody stole my ice pack, my cold pack that I put in the freezer to keep these things for my eyes cold. Bear with me while I put my medicine on a little shelf and then put my freeze pack in the freezer. It's stolen. I put it in the freezer. This is the one I put it in. It's gone. off into the La Meseta. I'm angry. I'm a child. A part of me wants to die on this Camino. I don't want to be here. I don't want to go back to the tiny apartment we live in. I don't want to go back to my life beyond that because I just don't think I have anything right now. I have no purpose. Have no comfort, at least in here. Have no peace. I don't have a cold pack for my eye drops. I don't know what I'm gonna do, and this Camino's kicking my ass. It's making me angry, depressed, the feeling that I am alone. Should have stayed in America. I swear to God, it's happening. I am sad. I'm going out to the La Meseta. I'm gonna ask the God of my understanding for answers. I'm not gonna document the next 7 days. When next you see us, we'll be in Leon, maybe. Maybe we'll be further. Who knows?
Swear to God, it's happening! Now I'm angry! For no fucking reason, I'm angry!
So we're on the outskirts of Pamplona, a bit north of the Camino. We have had quite the few days making our move here. I am walking to the movie theater to catch a late showing of a film. Theater chain is called Gollum Thunderbolts. Here we are, awaiting the movie.
Is this part of the spiritual journey? Because it fucking sucks!
Just sitting here, wondering if my sobriety, wondering if I should just fucking drink myself to death. Oh my God, the smell.
Swear to God, it's happening!
Since the 10th century, the city of Santiago de Compostela has been the final destination of a great pilgrimage called the Camino de Santiago, or Way of St. James.
Is this part of the spiritual journey? Because it fucking sucks! Fuck!
Here's where the fun begins. Pitch black, as you can see. A little scary. And there's a Camino marker over there. I'm already hot. Once you get here, you're kind of committed. No going back, only going forward. Wait, or you can just wait for the sun. Listen, son. What do you hear? I've just never experienced this much silence before. It's amazing. Listen. Oh, shit. Clearly it's a race. It's going a lot faster than I am. In about an hour, I'm going to step out onto the Camino. It's about a 2-hour hike up to the Cruz de Ferro. In Mark 1:35, I believe, it mentions that Jesus got up early in the morning and went to a solitary place to pray. In Alcoholics Anonymous program of recovery, Step 11 is sought through prayer and meditation to improve our conscious contact with God as we understood God, praying only for knowledge of His will for us and the power to carry that out. Prior to coming on this Camino, I just stumbled across some articles about the peace gathering projects, gathering people who meditate and asking them to meditate on light, peace, and well-being being dispersed through the world. I want to go in and pray, but it costs money to go in and pray. So I can sit on the steps of this church and pray. And they would put them in violent places. And when they meditate, they'd see things like crime rates dropping. They took a group in 82 and 83 and put them in Jerusalem during the war with Lebanon. War crimes dropped, crime rates dropped, traffic incidents dropped, economy increased. There are 23 peer-reviewed articles about this. Well, today is day 22 on the Camino. And I'm walking to the Cruz de Ferro. I've got a list of my friends that I'm praying for. I have a list of issues throughout the world I'm praying for. I feel very positive about what this day is going to bring. Mama. I fasted yesterday. I wasn't going to break the fast till after I visited Cruz de Ferro, but my body said I wouldn't make it if I didn't eat, so I'm going to go there and do my thing. If you've walked the Camino, you've been here before. Right there you can see Camino marker. My friend Mike Gardner says in his book about the Camino, he says Santiago's the closest place to heaven on earth. I disagree. I think this is. There's something here. I put this on Facebook once about Master Yoda saying luminous beings are we, not this crude matter. I think here is where people get in touch with their luminosity. No matter what they believe, they tap into their luminosity. I'm gonna go pray and tap. Underneath this dirt, thousands and thousands of rocks that have been built up over the centuries. Seven years ago today was the first time I stepped on the Camino de Santiago out of Sarria, October 17th. 4 years ago today was when I met Daryl, who was featured in my film, We Walk From Here. I'm ending my Camino today in Ponferrada, but I have to tell you a quick story. Yesterday, after visiting the Cruz de Ferro, I stopped at a little roadside cafe, sort of little pop-up trailer, have a coffee, and I'm sitting there, and this gentleman, English gentleman, looks at me and he says, "Have we met?" I said, "I don't think so." He says, "You look very familiar." Then he thought about it and he looked, and we kind of compared, what was your walk? We compared where we were, and then finally he looks at me and he says, "Have you done podcasts?" And I said, "Well, I was interviewed on El Camino People, Jose Arenaz, and I was interviewed on Dan Mullen's podcast. He's an Australian musician. Both of them interview peregrinos." And he said, "That's it. You made a movie about your father walking the Camino. You met a guy that looked like your father. I heard you on the podcast. I went and found your movie. I knew that was you."